What up, Dokkaners? Today's video is going to be a look at the special pose category mission on the Cell Max event. I have finally been able to defeat this mission. This has been single-handedly the most difficult task in my entire time playing Dokkan. So before we jump in, I'm going to be talking a little bit about strategy and some of the things that you need to know before jumping into this event and tackling this mission. So if you guys want to, feel free to tick the Kime code in the description to jump ahead to the action. Now, with that said, let's discuss. The team you are seeing in front of you is the team that I used to beat the event. Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 were in fact on the team with a 69% friend Gamma 2. Gamma 2 is the leader because he does lead special pose, but I made sure to keep both of my units at 55% because I swore that I would get this done with at least only one copy of each. I did not want to go further because I wanted to make this as practical as possible for those people who might have summoned on the Gamma banner and potentially pulled one of each. You can get this done with them. You can also get this done without them. I'm sure some people are going to comment that they've already completed this with other teams. The only one that comes to mind that is relatively achievable at the moment on global would be the Ginyu Force. So if you've got a full Ginyu Force team, especially with max link levels, you are going to be in a pretty good spot. But again, you have to get lucky with RNG. That's the unfortunate reality for the situation on global right now. At this current juncture, there are a couple of key special pose characters that JP players have been able to utilize, global players do not have. Tech Ginyu Goku is one such example. Tech Ginyu Goku is the best support unit for the Ginyu Force that could make your units so much more robust that not having that unit is a big miss for global Dokkan. So not having that will make your Ginyu Force team a little bit less complete, but still doable. Also, the AGL Jocko from the Resurrection F Dokkan Fest also makes this run a lot more consistent because with that 70% chance to dodge in the first slot on the special pose team, you have a way to dodge and potentially stall through some of the attacks that you have coming on that final phase of Cell Max. So that being said, there are also some other things that we need to worry about when it comes to RNG on this event. Starting rotations matter. If you have a starting rotation that is abysmal and you've got a Ginyu Dokkan Fest on the 7th slot, you're probably not going to be in the best position because Ginyu needs to be stacking as much defense as possible because going into the Tech Cell Max fight, if you have not stacked at least more than 4 or 5 times, you're easily going to be taking like 500,000 damage per slap. You don't have enough health. You're done. So you got to be stacking with the Ginyus a lot. Attack distributions are very important because even if you stacked a bunch of times, you would prefer to be in a situation where the Cell Max tech is not even attacking your Ginyus. If your Ginyus can stay out of harm's way, that would be great, but that's all RNG. Not launching criticals. I can't tell you how many times the first 2 rounds my units will launch criticals left and right, but then when it comes to the final Tech Cell Max phase, they all get stage fright and they stop launching criticals. They just stop even launching additionals. Stacking as much as possible before facing the final round is imperative. The more numbers you can gain, the more consistent you can survive, and the more consistently you can do damage. Jason Birder and Rakum Guldo are the MVPs of the Ginyu Force, not the Dokkan Festival Ginyu, the actual banner units. Rakum and Guldo and Jason Birder are so important because the more numbers that they can put out there, the better off you're going to be. They can handle a rotation. So our rotation is going to be Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 on one rotation. Then we're going to have the Jason Birder and Rakum Guldo on the other rotation, keeping the Ginyus and the extra Gamma out of harm's way as much as possible. And of course, the more link leveling you do, the better off you're going to be. The more links you have, the more numbers you can add on, it will make a difference. Sometimes it could make the difference between life and death. Gamma 2, I can't tell you how many times when I run a friend unit with level 1 Gamma 2 links, even with the link up with the STR Gamma 1, after launching multiple supers, Gamma 2 can still get you killed. So a lot of different things have to go your way. My team was pretty lucky on this one run, but if you're thinking, Toon, you just got lucky, I very much did. Because I attempted this 89 times. That's right, 89 times. And I only got close maybe a handful of times, maybe like 4 or 5 times. Other than that, I got obliterated first turn against the Tech Cell Max. So even though I'm a whale, even though I've got almost all fully maxed out link levels, it still was a challenge for me. So I wish you all the best of luck. Let's jump in and see how I conquered this behemoth. Let's go.
All right, let's do this.
All right, so like I said, I want to have Jason Birder and Rakum Guldo together. Jason Birder stack attack the more attacks that they launch. Rakum Guldo stack attack and defense the more attacks they receive. So on this first rotation, we got lucky, and I also used the support memory to give everybody a boost of 15%, all the Planet Namek Saga characters, a 15% attack and defense boost. Now that's good because it makes them a lot stronger defensively and offensively, but the bad thing is it also makes them more potent offensively. And why is that bad? Because you can burn through the first 2 rounds of Cell Max so quickly that none of your units are even in their right rotations, or you might just not have enough stacking under your belt because you went through it so fast that you might end up losing the Cell Max as a result. So that you have to draw this fine line. You have to strike that balance between those two things, and it was very difficult. Like I said, 89 runs, so a lot of different things happen on a lot of different approaches, and ultimately this was the successful run. If you might have noticed, in the 7th slot we have AGL Ginyu, which is already a problem because he needs to be stacking early and often, but we don't have that luxury. He's not in that first round, he's not in this round. So where is he going to show up? Oh yeah, he's going to show up against Cell Max, because spoiler alert, we're going to kill this Cell Max right here. And we're going to the final round with an unstacked AGL Ginyu. Not good, not good. But thankfully the Gamma 1 was able to take all those hits now, so he's pretty much primed and ready to go. Gamma 2, that's my Gamma 2, 55% like I said. The only thing that I did though is I've been working on their links, and I've also taken the time to give them EX skill orbs in the silver and bronze slot. The only reason why I felt comfortable doing this was because, well, number 1, I need to make these units more consistent because I lost so many times. I ultimately had to do that. But number 2, there have been so many EX skill orbs that have been given out in recent events on recent celebrations that if you've been around for the last few months, you might have already picked those up as well. And the beauty about that is that you can exchange them anytime you want and they will never run out. EX skill orbs are infinite. So I took a couple of these EX skill orbs off of my worldwide download celebration characters and I equipped them onto my Gamma 2 to allow for them to launch multiple or have the additional count. So my Gamma 2 at 55% has 10 additional. The STR Gamma 1 has 7 additional, so hopefully that can help out. And here we go, final round. So here, this was our first moment of luck. We lucked out because there's no attack happening on Ginyu. If there was even one attack, this is a guaranteed failure. Because even if, let's just say that all of these units were able to be at maximum stats, if they were to take multiple hits from Cell Max like that, 50,000 damage right there, we just don't have enough health to survive one slap with Ginyu. That's the problem. You don't have enough health to withstand all of it. Even if your unit is strong enough to survive it, you just don't have enough team health to get you through. Thankfully, Jason Birder was able to dodge a bunch of these hits, including the super attack. If you can't dodge the super attack, it's a wash. We took about 30,000 there, so that's about 80,000 health off our team health now. And now Rakum and Guldo, they've pretty much maxed out on stacking, but at least they got to go first before getting hit. So let's see how much damage they take. Double digits and a double digits. Good. So now Ginyu's out here. Ginyu has no hope of surviving, so he's just gonna do his thing. He will do some nice damage though, 6 million on a non-critical, so that is useful. But he only stacked defense once, so he's out. So we have now 3 turns to get this done without him. So now we've got all the Gammas on one rotation. The friend unit is at 19 additional, so I'm trying to decide if I want to have him go or me go. I ultimately decided to have my Gamma go because he's already been attacking, so he's got so much more in the stat department that I feel like he gives us a much better chance to survive 3 slaps. We've got 3 slaps coming in from Cell Max with only 500,000 health and it probably a super happening early. Are we going to survive? Are we going to have enough health? That's the key. Gamma 2 has to launch like 4 supers. You gotta have links. If you have those links at pretty high levels, you will be able to tank a lot of these hits. Not just the Gamma 2, but the Gamma 1 as well. Thankfully, the Gamma 1 got to stack first before getting hit, so we took about 100,000, which is like the best case scenario ever. So now we're taking no damage, but we've got 400,000 health. On average, from all of my runs, with 2 or 3 supers, Gamma 2 takes about like 150,000 damage. But when I was trying this earlier, I hadn't done as many links. I haven't been working on the links as much, so that's why I took a lot more. By the time we got to this 89th attempt, my units' links were around 8 and 9, both of my Gammas. They're not maxed out yet, but they're around 8 or 9. So with that, and with about 3 or 4 supers that he launched, we gained some pretty significant momentum. Let's see if that can get us through this. Okay. Didn't launch any criticals, which is awesome. And look at that, we took double digits. Thank you, links. Thank you, stacking. And thank you, luck. Now, one thing that's annoying is both of these Gammas are built to have additionals. They need to have additionals because then they can gain more critical with each attack performed. But I just got so incredibly unlucky that I would not get criticals with either of my Gamma 2s. So if you are someone who is using EX skill orbs, you have the luxury of changing between additionals and criticals. you might want to consider criticals for this event. The more critical damage your gammas can do, the stronger and more, I guess, quicker you can actually run through this event. So on this particular round, we have the physical LR Ginyu Force at the end with only one hit. We lucked out again, but we got to have these guys doing their thing first. And you notice I used a Sensu Bean, not because we had any sort of like status ailment. I just need more health. That's it. But now Jason Birder coming in clutch with the first super attack. It's a critical. We got a second one. What are we getting here? Okay, we getting. Oh, we got a third one. Let's go. Now I think Jason Birder maxed out. Yeah, oh my God, that's so much damage. Oh! Ah! Are we dead? Oh my God. We're dead. We're dead. That's way too much damage. We have no health left. So now Raccoon goes. Oh my God, we got 4. We got 200,000 health left. Oh no. This dude has gotten me killed on all of my close runs where I almost won. This is why I lost. It's deja vu all over again. Oh God.
Flashback. End of flashback.
It's deja vu all over again. Oh God. Oh. I took 132,000 damage. Oh my God, we're alive. Ginyu's back. Oh, but Ginyu's ability kicked in. We got to see where the attack was. Oh, we used Sensu Bean. And there you have it, folks. That's how we win. That is how we won. We got so lucky. In total, the Ginyus, the LR Ginyu and the AGL Ginyu collectively took 2 hits. That is not something that you can say happens all the time. So thankfully, we got lucky and we grabbed the W. And this might be the most amount of times I've ever cursed in a single breath. Oh, yes! Get the out of here! Cellmax, you son of a... There you go. So, yeah. It's over. I beat Cellmax with a special pose team.
Watch your profanity.
By the skin of my teeth. So if there's a lesson that can be learned from this, it's that it doesn't matter how much of a whale you are, you could have the worst luck in the world and lose this. You could have average luck and lose this. This event is not really easy to be done right now. I think with a little bit of time, with a couple of more celebrations, with more units that emerge on the special pose category, this will become a lot easier, a lot more manageable. If the Gohan Beast banner releases sometime soon and the Gammas are featured on that coin shop list, then you will be able to pick up more copies of the Gammas. I would imagine that if you had both the Gammas rainbowed or 69% or 79%, this would be so much better. The Ginyu Force characters don't have to be rainbowed. The rainbowier they are, the better, because obviously more stats, more numbers, but you can totally get this done with a couple of, maybe like 69%, 79% of the Jason Birder and the Raccoon Guldo. But I wish you all the best of luck. If you guys are struggling, don't worry, everybody else is struggling too. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments if you've been able to succeed on this endeavor. Have you tried this out? If not, are you going to now that you've seen me do it? Or are you just going to wait until we get more units in the future? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let YouTube know when to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.